Hey guys, what's up? It is Kelly here, also known as the Spoiled Writer. I'm coming to you with another video about my little bundle of joy that's going on in here. This video is going to be 10 things they do not tell you before you get pregnant. I'm a researching type person. I do content creation all day, but I also consume a lot of content. So when I found out I was pregnant, I immediately started reading. I was like, let me look this up on Google. Let me see how many doctors are in the area and what do they look like and where do they go to school. And I was looking at everything. Lo and behold, to my surprise, there were still some things that were not divulged on the internet in detail or at all. And I was like, okay, sometimes, of course, I looked them up after they happened to me, but a lot of things you don't really find in general information until it happens to you. So there's no way for you to be prepared for it, which really, really irritates me because I'm a person who likes to be prepared for everything. And that's why I consume so much content, because the unknown, being able to eliminate the unknown in as many situations as possible helps me get over fear. So that's why I did it. That was probably way deeper of an explanation than you needed, because this is not a therapy session, but that's why I decided to go ahead and do this video for you guys. So number one, your entire appetite changes, not just your portion size. So most of the time when you read stuff online, people are like, oh, I ate so much, or you may know someone who's like, I never liked that before, but now I love it. I never liked seafood, but now I love seafood, or whatever it may be. But your whole appetite changes. Like me, my child, I swear to you guys, I really believe that my baby is a vegetarian because I lost my whole taste for meat. The whole first trimester, I'm in my third trimester now. The whole first trimester, I completely lost my taste for meat. I did not like the smell of it. Anything that had even just a tiny bit of added salt, or it was just too much salt, too much sodium, instantly gave me a headache. I have the world's healthiest baby living inside of my uterus. So that was a little bit more than I expected. During the second trimester, because they say that in the first trimester, when you have food aversions, which is you avoiding certain foods, or when you have cravings, they kind of mild out in the second trimester. It did a little bit. I was able to eat meat a few times, but at that point, I had not eaten meat in so long that it just wasn't even appealing anymore. So I just did it. Now I'm in my third trimester. I just got into my third trimester, and in that transition period, I tried it again because I was craving it. So I was craving meat, and I was like, let me just eat a little bit. No, threw it right back up. So in the second trimester, I was at least able to stomach it. Now I'm not able to stomach it at all. I don't know if it's because the baby is like, listen here, ma'am, this is what you're going to do right now. I'm not eating no meat. And now that I'm bigger, I can tug on this umbilical cord and you can spit this back up because I don't like it. I don't know. I just gave my baby a whole personality. Number two, things they don't tell you. Your personality is heightened. People make you assume that when you're pregnant, you're going to be rude. Not everybody is rude when they're pregnant. Whoever you really are, essentially who you are as a person, is going to be magnified. If you're a carer, if you're a caregiver, that's going to magnify. So my personality is like a split between being very straightforward and being very caring with those that are close to me. So now, before, when I used to pet the dog, it was like, hey puppy. Now it's like, oh, I love you. It's just so much more because there's so much more emotion there. So be prepared. Number three, people still don't know what to say. Oh my God. It is 2020. People should know what to say and what not to say to you if you're pregnant. I don't know what is going on. When I make my plate, don't ask me why there's so much food on my plate. Don't ask me why I'm eating this and why I'm eating that. Don't look at me and say, wow, you've gained weight. You know what? At this point, I'm like, just don't talk around me, because y'all have no idea what to and what not to say to a pregnant woman. It's just so crazy because you think with how far advanced we are as a human race that we would know how to communicate, but we don't. You might as well just go ahead and lower your expectations. I actually wrote that down. Lower your expectations of what you expect people to do and what you expect people to say, because they really just don't know. Number 4, okay, this is maybe a little bit too much information, but in that first trimester, your digestive system slows down. So you're going to have a lot of gas. Literally, I'm reaching for something. Gas. Oh, I dropped something on the floor. Gas. And you're not even, at this point, you're not even showing. Most people are not even showing at this point, but everything on the inside is changing so much that every little thing, beans, Mexican food, no, can't eat that. Broccoli, no, can't eat that. Anything that you eat normally that your body is like, gives you gas or gives you an upset stomach, that first trimester, you might as well just call it quits. Don't even eat it because it's going to tear your stomach up. Number 5, you are going to have accidental naps and your sleep is going to be messed up. Messed up sleep does not start when the baby gets here and is crying and you can't sleep at night. Messed up sleep starts in pregnancy. So say goodbye to your 8 hours of sleep at night. Now I'm playing. For me, I had to say goodbye to it, but it depends heavily on how much your baby moves, when you start feeling it, all that kind of stuff. The first trimester, I would sleep all the time, like at night, during the day. But I knew when I was getting sleepy, I was like giving a warning. I'm going to sleep, y'all. Don't text me, don't call me. The second trimester, it was like, I could be fine 1 minute, 5 minutes later, I'm knocked out on the couch. My baby, and I had a conversation with my midwife, like, ma'am, is this normal? Because this child does not sleep that much. So I read online, y'all know I read everything. I read online, baby sleeps in 20 to 30 minutes, or is awake in 20 to 30 minute spurts. I don't know who wrote that, but it's a lie. My child does not follow that. So I tell you this, every pregnancy is unique. Every pregnancy is different. So you can read as much as you want to read, but you're still going to experience things out of the ordinary. My child is awake all the time. My child's awake right now. My child was awake. I went to sleep last night on my child on purpose. Like, you're in my stomach. You're fine. I'm going to sleep. I know you're awake and partying and whatever, but I ain't got time for you right now. So mine kicks a lot. And I started feeling it early. And when I looked it up and they were saying, you won't start feeling it until 20 weeks or whenever they said 18 to 20 weeks. Sis, I was feeling this baby at like 14 weeks. And they were saying, it's just gas. No, it's not gas, because if I feel it and then I don't fart, it's not gas. Like, you know what I mean? I know when I feel a baby kick, and I know in reaction to certain things. So like, if I eat something that I really, really love and then I feel a kick, I'm like, that's the baby. So it's really different for you, but people are going to swear up and down, I didn't feel my baby kick at 16 weeks or 15 weeks, but I know. And now I know for sure, because my child kicks like a karate master all the time, around the clock. I was getting like 4 hours of sleep a night and still working all day and taking random naps throughout the day because I didn't have that much sleep. So your sleep is going to change. Number 6, it's safe to work out. They do not tell you this. Everybody makes you think you can't go to the gym, you can't lift weights, you do have a weird center of balance, so you can't, free weights are not as easy as they used to be. I was a gym rat, y'all. I was going like 6 times a week. Free weights are not as easy as they used to be, but you can definitely still work on machines and be fine and be safe. Just follow the instructions. Of course, check with your doctor first. Like I said, I was going to the gym like 6 days a week before I got pregnant because I was in the middle of losing weight. So when I went to my doctor, she was like, you could keep working out because you were already working out before. That's what my midwife said. Okay. So it's really up to you. Have a conversation with your doctor or your midwife or your doula, and they'll kind of talk you through it. Like I said, I'm in my 3rd trimester. I've only gained 10 pounds and my baby is normal size, healthy, yada, yada. Actually, the last time I went to see my midwife, I got an ultrasound and she was like, it's saying your baby is. She was looking at me weird because she was like, at that point I had only gained 7 pounds. I only gained 7 pounds. She was looking at me like, The ultrasound says your baby is 2 pounds, but that's probably just off a little bit. At that point, the baby was supposed to be 1.5 pounds. So whatever I'm eating, the baby's loving. Number 7, nausea happens at night too. I did get nausea and it only happened at night. And I only threw up when I ate something I didn't like. I never just woke up and threw up and there was nothing in my stomach. Anytime I threw up, it was because I ate meat or I ate too much. My child does not like big meals. So it was just that. It was that combination of my body just saying, this is too much for me. And then I would throw up, but it was never randomly throwing up, okay? So it's not just morning sickness. There's also such a thing as afternoon sickness and night sickness, and they don't tell you that. You just think something's wrong with you until you look it up. Number 8, you can be plant-based and be healthy. You do not have to eat meat to be healthy or have a healthy weight baby. You do not have to eat a whole bunch of crap and salty foods. You don't have to be eating pickles and ice creams to be healthy. I mean, to have a nice chunky baby. I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm pretty sure I'm growing a chunky child, okay? And when I have my baby and I tell y'all how much the baby weighs, y'all gonna be like, you grew that baby off of salad and fruit and juicing? Yes, you can have a healthy baby and be plant-based. It took me a while to find other moms that were also plant-based. I haven't found a community of plant-based moms yet, but there's probably a ton of them out there because there's a lot of people who are on the plant-based wave right now. But yeah, you can have a healthy sized baby and not eat meat. Like, don't let people make you think that you gotta eat hog maws and steak and chicken and all this other kind of stuff. If you don't want to eat it, you don't have to eat it. And if you are plant-based and you go to the doctor and they take your blood and you don't have enough iron, guess what? Get a prenatal vitamin. You should already have one, but get a prenatal vitamin. Eat a whole lot of spinach, eat beans. There's a whole lot of other stuff you can eat that has iron in it and has protein in it. And trust me, you'll be fine. Number 9, you can give birth anywhere you want. Oh, I wish I would have known this. You don't have to just give birth somewhere because of proximity. And this may sound crazy to some people, but to other people, it's going to be a revelation. And this is why I added it to my list, because to me, it was a revelation. Just because you live 10 minutes from a hospital or 15 minutes from a hospital does not mean that that's the hospital you have to give birth at. That's not what that means. You can give birth anywhere you want. It's really based off of your insurance. If you don't have insurance, you can really give birth anywhere you want. If you do have insurance, just call your insurance company or look online and select pregnancy or prenatal care, and it'll tell you all the hospitals they cover, and you can do research on each hospital and pick where you want to give birth, okay? For most people, I think what happens is logically they pick the hospital that's closest to them because it's going to take them less time to get there when they go into labor. But 9 times out of 10, when you go to the hospital, they're going to send you home anyways. Like, if you're not ready to push the baby out or close to ready to push the baby out, they're going to send you back home, or they're going to keep you for all these long hours, and you're going to be uncomfortable because you're in a cold, sick hospital environment instead of being comfortable at home. Okay, like, you can only be so comfortable, but I promise you, having contractions, you're going to be more comfortable at home than anywhere else because that's your home, right? That's your home. So I hopped around. I don't want to say hopped around from hospital to hospital. I'm a hospital hopper. No, At first, I was self-pay. I'm going to do a whole separate video on insurance as an entrepreneur because it's completely different when you are self-employed versus when you're employed. If you're employed, go ahead and give yourself a hand clap because life is so much easier to have a baby when you're employed, okay? Or when you're considered low income, it's a lot easier to have a baby. And I know that sounds crazy. Just to have a baby, just that part, it's a lot cheaper. You can give birth wherever you want to. You want to give birth at home? Sure. You want to give birth in your backyard? Sure. You want to give birth at a hospital? Fine. You want to give birth at your mom's house? Fine. You can give birth wherever you want to give birth. You don't have to go to a hospital just because that's what you see on TV. And it doesn't have to be that dramatic either. Number 10, last but not least, alternative birth methods may be covered by your insurance. People don't tell you that. So I called in the midst of, and I'm like I said, I'm going to do more about this in my insurance video, but it's definitely something they don't tell you. So you don't have to give birth at the hospital because you think that's the only place that's covered by your insurance. There's a lot of insurance carriers that will actually cover home births, doulas, midwife home births, birth centers. There's a lot of insurances that do cover those alternative methods because they have become more popular recently and because they actually are under certified agencies. So people who are delivering babies at home, it's not like we're in the mid 1500s and the village people are coming to your house to deliver your baby. Like, it's not like that. They've been certified. They've been to school. There's different levels of education. A midwife actually has almost the same amount of information, or is required to learn almost the same amount of information as a doctor. They just don't do surgical procedures, so they can't give you a C-section. But anything outside of that, they're able to do. Of course, an anesthesiologist is there to do what they need to do. But your insurance is very, very likely to cover those things, but it's not going to be something that's listed online. Very rarely that I found in between bouncing back and forth. It's not something that's really listed online. You're going to get a faster answer if you call, or if you have an actual insurance agent like in your area, which may be a little bit easier. But if you have an actual insurance agent in your area, that person will be able to work on your behalf for you to be able to understand what is and what isn't covered. But yeah, it's weird. Like, my insurance doesn't cover the birthing center that is literally 15, 20 minutes down the street from me, but they do cover the one that's 2 hours away. That won't take me because I'm a first-time mom, but they do cover home births. So, like, there's no logic to it at all, okay? But yeah, that's all. That's all I have for you guys. Those are 10 things they do not tell you about pregnancy. I know this was a long video. I'm going to split it probably into 2 parts, but I'll see you guys with more pregnancy videos later. Bye.